And speaking of things maybe not working out, the housing market is one of the problems plaguing the economy right now, particularly home foreclosures that are hurting the industry. Here to discuss the problem is James Argo, a loan officer at Real Estate Financial Services in San Francisco. First off, I've got to ask this, in terms of the foreclosures, one of the biggest debates going is the question, should the federal government be bailing out people who got in over their heads?
Morally, should they? Well, that's another question. But from a business point of view for the nation, they have to.
Why?
They have to because it'll take a lot of other people down that are absolutely 100% good about their payments.
Okay, the question is, if you've been good about your payments, if you haven't if you didn't take seconds out and spend the money, why should you then bail out somebody that it has? And what's the guarantee that once you bail them out or you keep them floating, they're not just going to continue to drain?
Well, you've got the foreclosure process. I mean, people that can't stay in their homes, that just the people that, if you would, should not be homeowners. They had this idea that everyone should own a home. Well, the fact of the matter is, no, that's not true. Everybody really shouldn't own a home. It's not for everybody. There's going to be just this vetting process, and it's going to take some time. The people that really should and can own homes will, and it's going to take time to figure out who can stay in their homes with reworkings, with modifications, with government refinancing. All of that is going to get to the bottom line.
Okay, but are we just sort of putting off the inevitable?
I don't believe so, because we have to create a platform of confidence for the homeowners. Because if the drain would just be too large, the sucking down of values and confidence and everybody else would be bad.
Who's buying up these foreclosed homes?
Well, there are people that did save their money, and there are people that do have jobs, and there are a lot of bargains out there right now, and the homes are starting to move in many of the areas that have been depressed.
Okay, so is the market taking care of itself then?
The market in a way is taking care of itself, but it's a tough argument. You want to go morally or you want to go economically. And for the economy, it needs to be done because the housing market is such a huge pillar of this nation that we have to do what we can in order to support it properly.
What do you think happens in the next 6 months? If interest rates change, or do you see anything on the horizon that's going to make it easier for people to get out there and buy homes?
Right now, the models that Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac have set up skew it so the people with excellent credit scores get the better transactions. Okay? So you want to be in the high, mid-700 range for great credit scores. Those people will be able to get financing. They're getting financing now. The stated income, the quick qualifier, low documentation loans, those are pretty much almost all dead. So the people, it's going to go back to the traditional way.
Let me ask you something. If you had a house, let's say, and you were thinking of moving or moving up or moving downscaling, would you put it on the market in the next couple of months, or would you hold off waiting for things to change?
I am watching week by week because there's a new loan limit in high-cost areas like our Bay Area, up to $729,750, that's supposed to be available in April. If there's good demand for a mortgage-backed security, those interest rates should be very similar to the high 4%, low 5% that we're seeing now on the traditional $417,000 loan. Loan amounts $729,750, that's a real sweet spot here for the Bay Area. That will help properties move.
So there's a good chance if you put it out there at a price, a decent price, somebody will be able to get it.
Absolutely.
Well, that's an uptick.
Yes, absolutely it is.
Okay, Jim, I want to thank you for stopping by this morning. I think a lot of people are interested in what you just had to say.
Great.